Greetings, geeks. Welcome to episode 617 of Geeks in Space. I am Rob Commander Takumaldo, and I am here today to discuss the movie Joe versus the Volcano with three of the greatest geeks who you're ever going to meet, who are willing to sit around and pretend they're in low Earth orbit for the better part of an hour and talk about a movie from 1990. Nate Ostendorp.
Howdy ho.
Rob Roseboom.
Look, I know he can get the job, but can he do the job?
Chris DeBona.
Geiernwolke? That's German for brain cloud.
All right, so I think I said this last week, but my weird thing with this movie is I think I saw this with my dad in 1990 in theaters, and this movie is notorious in my family for being like the definition of a bad movie. And it's I understand. 1990 me went to see this expecting The Money Pit or The Burbs, and it is neither. And it's different and it's awesome. And this is one of those movies, I watched it once in 1990, and then I watched it like 3 years ago because our friend Bones monologued about it one day. And he was right, and he's still right. It's a great movie.
And it's much better than Money Pit or Burbs, both of which had the gal from Cheers in it, not Meg Ryan, right? Diane Keaton? No, Diane, whatever her name was. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I can't think of what her name is now.
Burbs.
But yeah, this is a movie that we watch a lot of movies that I remember fondly that haven't seen in a while, you know? And sometimes it's still awesome. Sometimes it's not so awesome. This is still awesome. Mm-hmm. If anything, I think I appreciated this movie more this time. Agreed. It is ahead of its time. It is great.
It's so good.
All right. Well, okay. Let's start off with the warning signs. This is not a font that feels reliable to me.
It's a jokey font.
Yeah, I thought it was an ironic font. Like it was meant to look like a 60s sitcom or something.
Yeah, maybe. It does not look safe to me.
Did you feel unsafe? But it's also the first time we see the symbol on the toll booth there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Is it? Oh, look at that.
And I gotta say, I think we could probably do a whole episode on the first 5 minutes of this movie.
For sure.
I don't know if there's
working in the advertising department.
Yeah, if there's better storytelling without words in a movie, I'm not sure that I know it.
Yeah.
This is fantastic.
50 years of petroleum jelly.
Yeah.
And the artificial testicles on his desk. It's like, it's so good.
It really is.
And his shoe. He's such a loser, you see.
And this is a movie that will take its time. And I think that's a lot of why I didn't like it as a kid.
You didn't like time.
Like
I was in a hurry.
This path just not only is it the symbol, but this perfectly represents the whole beginning of this movie. Everything here is to promote the maximum amount of discomfort.
Yeah.
You know, there is nothing reassuring or nice at all on any level in this entire building, this whole facility.
You know where the rectal probe joke comes from is that's kind of, they're tracing the intestine from the butt in. It's like in, over, down, up. That's
true.
You know, maybe that's the origination of that symbol. Probably.
So just play it just a little bit more. That is the scene I remember from this movie the most. Yeah. The crushing of the single daisy that has managed to grow from the misery that is that path leading inside the building.
With a cut straight to the, I guess we'll call it the intestines logo.
Yeah.
Yeah, the rectal
tract.
The tract.
I think we all put that note in. Yeah, home of the rectal probe, 712,000 satisfied customers.
And you see the numbers rolling up. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so funny. They would have like DJ lights in that room. It's like, you guys had a lot of fun with this.
And the
petroleum
jelly canisters.
Yep. And then we enter the worst place in the universe.
Man, that lighting.
I would just like to.
Yeah.
I would like to note the extraordinary mullet being sported by Mr. Hanks.
Oh, it's remarkable. Yeah. It's practically a COVID mullet.
Kind of, yeah. I also like. This is our first Meg Ryan of the triumvirate of Meg.
Yes.
But
and I gotta admit, I'd kind of forgotten about this movie, that it's in some way just a vehicle for her to vamp.
Yeah, I don't know that the only other movie that I could come up with is the Beer Fest is another movie where they have one character playing two different characters like that, and not try to hide that it's the same character.
What about Eddie Murphy and Tyler Perry and?
Well, they are trying to make sure that they're not the same character, right?
Well, I mean, they
do
different
outfits
too.
And stuff.
Yeah. Well, I think the point of this, and I don't know, maybe this is just me reading into it, but the point is that to him, all women are kind of the same. But I don't know.
You think he's sexist?
It could be.
Poor Joe, sexist?
I think so. No, I think.
So wait.
I think it's more about when he meets the final incarnation of Meg, all women's retroactively became Meg Ryan, but that's. I'm probably reading more into this than it deserves.
Yeah.
So what's funny about this is every scene on the lantern comes true.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all noticed that or if you marked it down.
Yep.
Go ahead and.
What's with the shoe?
I'm losing my soul.
Well, there you go. That sums up the whole movie there.
Right?
Wow. Losing my soul.
And that's this whole movie, right? I mean, not just meaning-wise, but like the weird double meanings for everything that's spoken. Whoever wrote this script spent some friggin' time on it.
Yeah.
This ain't a script where everybody has the name that they had in the first draft.
Well, I mean, I guess you could see it all as a big allegory for shoe ownership. Really? Oh, no, you mean soul. Okay.
Yeah. I like that he's sitting next to the main drain.
Yeah.
Because, you have to drain the main drain.
I love this line from his boss.
So what? You think I feel good? Nobody feels good. After childhood, it's a fact of life.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the themes in this movie. It's sort of not only transitioning through different phases of life, but, through childhood, through, deciding that maybe the devil, isn't the better devil,
So this movie also has a lot of just great dead-on shots. Like there are parts of it that seem very conventional, but like this shot here where the nurse is in the foreground and huge, and he is tiny in the crappy waiting room.
I love that she's using an intercom and he's like 20 feet from her.
Yeah. These early sequences have a Brazil vibe, but like one click notched towards the real world.
Yeah.
My note in general here is that this is the first time that a character is not lit to look horrible, and we're 12 minutes in at this point. But they still carry, even when you shoot Tom Hanks in this scene, between the mullet and the greasy hair, he is still always made to look unattractive in the lighting.
Yeah.
He says brain cloud here.
It's very rare. It'll spread at a regular rate. It's very destructive. And it's incurable.
Brain cloud.
First of all, like he did the Believe It or Not show, Unsolved Mystery.
For sure.
Right?
Yeah.
And I just can't hear that voice without thinking, 8 p.m.
Only you.
Yep.
Solve a mystery.
Exactly.
I mean, without, I guess we might as well spoil it. He was set up in this whole situation, which is great.
And that's probably why Bob Stack actually looks well lit, because he's in the halo of, the CEO guy with money. Like,
yeah.
Well, what's the line later on that Meg Ryan 2 says, or Meg Ryan 3, that only a certain percentage of people in the world are actually awake?
Mm-hmm.
Presumably, he's intended to be one of the awoken people.
Mm-hmm.
So we're now coming up to, the longest shot in the movie.
Yeah.
Which I don't want to run it for too long because we will absolutely get copy struck.
Yeah.
But it is, I checked it,
Awesome.
It's from 1535 to 1750. It's like 2 minutes, 15 seconds long. It represents like 2.25% of this entire runtime of this movie.
Yeah.
And it's one shot. And this is one of those things that cheap movies do. But also when you have a leading actor who can hold screen time, Tom Hanks can do that. You know, it's interesting to watch him on screen, and they do that a couple of times in this movie. There's another one later on that I noted too, where there's just long sequences where the lead actor is just kind of chilling or just goofing around doing business. You can get away with that with Tom Hanks, and he's
forward a little bit till we get the full pan out too, because I do like the full pan out with his, like, the building in his car.
Yep. Lovely framing.
Hugs the dog.
Yep.
Tries to hug the woman.
Yeah. Don't do that. Yeah. Good on old Tom Hanks. This is definitely this movie's not well regarded. But like this is him like really getting to his zenith. Like he's close. I don't know. That would probably be Forrest Gump
Who
and
doesn't
Philadelphia.
regard this as a good movie? You know,
this movie is panned.
Like Flat Earth Days. People don't exist.
This movie's panned, man. This is not
65 or something on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah.
So they're wrong. You know, it's like a database error.
This has gotten quite a big cult following now, and like it's
It's
one of those things. In retrospect, people are like, "Oh, I see what they were trying to do."
Yeah,
it was just so different than what we were expecting that we're like, "What is this?"
Well, it's the same thing that I had. I was expecting The Burbs 2 or The Money Pit 2, and this is not that. I wanted to say, I love how every shot Meg Ryan is like squished up against the keyboard. Like
No, she's typing at her neckline there.
Mm-hmm.
And all three Megs are interesting performances.
Yep. It is an ergonomic nightmare, though.
What are you doing? I'm opening or closing the main drain.
I love that line. I'm opening or closing
the main drain.
I don't care what it is. I'm doing something.
It says "do not touch,"
but it did. Throughout all of the office scenes, the logo is just scattered. The tracked logo is just everywhere.
Yeah. I liked how he knocked over the artificial testicles with the artificial arm on Mr. Watugi's desk. Waturi. Is that like a anagram for Waponi or something?
Sucking the juice out of my eyeball. Suck.
The zombie light bulbs.
Oh, that's why he has that name.
She has such a charming smile. I watched this movie at the beginning of quarantine and then proceeded to go on a bit of a Meg Ryan binge and watched like 5 movies with Meg Ryan in it. She's good.
I can't imagine, but I know it's fear, yellow freaking fear.
It's a good move. But Chris didn't notice.
It's a great move.
Embrace the universe. The door to the universe is you.
Me?
You.
You are really intense.
Am I?
Beautiful, you know, just
me.
Beautiful. That lets you know everything you need to know about that character.
Yep.
I think what I like so much about this movie is it's like a fairy tale, right?
Yeah.
There's this huge cast of characters that sort of guide him on his journey before he takes off, and it's fantastic.
I also I like some of the treatments they gave. So they just cut away from a building where every window had different colored lights, Here they've, changed up the cityscape, so every building has different colored lights. Like, it gives it a very surreal atmosphere.
One of the reviews that I read described this as sort of the end game for the Amblin movies. Like, it's got a lot of technical chops, in this heartfelt story and everything. You can argue about, a lot of details, but it feels like those 80s movies at their best in a lot of shots. And like a shot like this is really pretty.
I loved that entrance,
Yeah.
I love that actor. He's great. He's so funny. He's so good in this movie. And he's only in it for like 5 seconds.
This movie has a lot of,
So,
only in it for 5 seconds.
Go back to 3040.
Did I shoot past? Sorry.
Yeah. Here we go.
Are you Joe?
No.
Ninja.
Yeah. So my apologies.
Everything you need to know about that guy.
Yep, and my apologies to our viewer. The symbol is clearly cracked on the right wall.
Yep.
Oh,
it's just off frame.
Yeah.
Now I have to find my
Didn't notice that.
It's so good.
There is some talented filmmakers involved here, gentlemen.
Well, hi, you Joe Banks. I want to hire you to jump into a volcano.
Yep.
There we go.
I love that his meerschaum pipe is a naked woman. Like,
yeah, right?
Hey, Zen, duck. You're blocking the pipe.
Oh, Zen, you need to go over to the side.
Yeah, lean either direction. All right, where is... I keep moving. This movie I have cropped at the wider aspect ratio, so it's laying over top of all my windows, and this was a bad idea. I should not have done that.
All right. Well, I just wanted to point out that the doctor clearly violated his oath in setting up, poor Joe Banks for this guy, and modern day HIPAA laws around sharing information.
Yeah, I thought about that as well.
Live like a king, die like a man. That's what I say.
Live like a king, die like a man.
You said pause, and then we should run it again for 5 more seconds?
Yeah, that's right.
All right, I'll do it.
All right, sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why not?
Oh, it's so funny.
Now the shopping montage.
It's so good. It's so much fun.
Yep.
Indeed.
Fill in the
Does-
blanks. Now that to me is like asking me who you are, and I don't know who you are. I don't want to know. It's taken me all my life to find out who I am, and I am tired now. You know what I'm saying?
I love him. He is so
Yeah.
great. It's like he's the first wise man he visits on his journey. You know, it's like, all right, let me help you out, Joe.
Yep.
He's really good. And what's funny is this scene, because he comes out and he talks to him, in the car. It's in this part of Central Park, near the Pierre Hotel, which is a real place. And it's just, they're on one of the paths of the park. And I'm just like, you didn't drive they don't let you drive an old Rolls Royce on a path in Central Park, but it's a nice touch. It's very pretty.
I'll take it.
Yes, sir.
Swiss Army knife, World Band travel radio, shaving kit, 2 brass Coleman lanterns, and the violin case bar.
Every item is
ready?
used in this movie.
Yeah, you're ready for any adventure you need now.
It is the most improbable adventurer kit, but everything is required.
Yep.
Yeah. And they do a great job with setting up. Here's the gear. Here's all the tools you'll need to live your best life, Joe, even though it's only a couple days.
You have 6 months to live, buddy.
Have you thought much about luggage, Mr. Banks?
No, I never really.
I love this moment.
It's the central preoccupation of my life.
Yep.
every second on screen.
Yeah.
This guy's my favorite.
Yeah.
And why I like him is we know that guy.
Totally.
We know a dozen of that guy just obsessed with something else, right?
I put
Green
a link
Lantern
in
or
the
Gundam.
spreadsheet. I put a link in the sheet when I went into the Globetrotter store in London, in Piccadilly. That was the guy. He was right there. Globe-trotter.com. Absurdly expensive, luggage. But yeah, this guy is alive and living in London today.
Mm-hmm.
I also really love the line. I didn't mark it, but I really love the line. Very interesting. As a luggage problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
I'll take 4 of them.
May you live to be 1,000 years old, sir.
Oh. Let's see. 4340. Nate, a dinner shot alone.
Yeah. No, I liked of the sort of fancy shots. I like this one where he's eating dinner alone, kind of looking by himself. This particular shot felt very Wes Anderson to me.
Totally.
It's a great shot. It's a great movie.
Now it's time for us to introduce Meg 2.
Angelica.
Here's everything.
Daddy told me to tell you that I don't know what he hired you for and not to tell me that I'm totally untrustworthy. I'm a flibbertigibbet.
Everything you need to know about her.
Very efficient. She's the weakest of the Megs. But she's also like such a character.
Mm-hmm.
This is a great town. It stinks, but it's a great town.
I find that this movie, until he gets to the boat, I don't really care about any of it. And I think
can I did mark something on that one.
45 the bit we just played.
Yeah.
You want it again?
Well, are we actually streaming, you think?
I'm sending bits somewhere.
Okay. Good to know.
You want 44, 46 again?
Yes. The only thing you don't have to really play it again. The point I wanted to point is, so
This is a great town.
Tom Hanks was at the airport, and they're driving ostensibly to Santa Monica, and then on to Long Beach. Okay.
Like you do.
To be clear, there's no reason for them to be on the Pacific Coast Highway. That was completely gratuitous.
Mm-hmm.
And no Angelino in their right mind would go anywhere near the coast on that ride. So,
but it's a beautiful town.
Rob just shut it down again.
What's that? Is it not streaming?
Yeah, I think it's not. Are you recording?
I'm recording, so I don't care. I'll splice it. I have to splice it anyway. I wish I knew why.
Soda?
Yeah. 1,800 years ago, a Roman galley with a crew of...
I can't play the whole monologue, but yeah, Orange. She lists the Waponi Woo's traits,
section,
which
Hebrew, Celtic, Polynesian, Romans who have a love of orange soda,
which seems a little bit like a maybe just a plot device so Abe Vigoda can be the chief of the Waponis.
Yeah, it's so funny though,
There's a lot of things about this fishing sequence that kind of bother me, but mostly I just really kind of want to go fishing. Thinking about that.
Same here, man.
Yeah.
I feel like they're catching kind of small fish for the ocean, and like at a lot of these shenanigans, it's a lot of Tom Hanks like wiggling around
and
being goofy,
and Amanda Plummer getting excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this our second Amanda Plummer in a row? Or Fisher King?
Well, we had Mystery Men, and was she in Mystery Men?
No, she wasn't. That's a lot, though.
It's so funny because Meg Ryan's kid is the guy in The Boys.
So yeah, here's the shark. Even watching this time, I was like,
it's still
that
dumb.
might be too
It's
far.
I think they went too far with the shark because it's not even a very accurate shark.
No,
the eyes are too big.
Less than 6 months to live. The Waponis believe they need a human sacrifice or their island is going to sink into the ocean.
That's a lot.
I just kind of love that she's coming in for a kiss and he's just like, all right, here's what's going on. Like, summarize it in 3 sentences.
Yep. Cliff notes your own play out. Brain cloud?
Brain cloud?
Come up with something better than brain cloud.
Now we have the storm.
Then she gets knocked in the water. He gets knocked in the water.
I
Poor
feel
Amanda
like
Plummer as Dagmar exits stage right.
Yeah, right. Oh, that's true. She died. That's sad. There were like 3 people on that boat with them.
Mm-hmm.
There, the lightning shot.
Yeah, I got it. I marked it.
There you go.
And I remember this actually vividly as a kid. Like from my very first viewing, I wasn't attuned to like that they were recurring this visual. I recognized that this was the path again.
Mm-hmm.
Like even 14-year-old me. But this was the moment. It's like, oh, they're doing like a visual thing here. Blown away.
I understand the movies now.
Right. I understand film. This is visual language.
And there's the steamer trunk.
I do like that for the luggage sales, which is, one of my favorite scenes, that the luggage actually plays a really important role in the movie. Like,
the weird thing for me about the luggage is that the luggage in this movie is like one of the big deal things that I remember even from watching this, in 1990. But it conflates with Spaceballs, which also has the matching luggage and not the matching luggage, like the running gag with the princess. And so like I had a hard time, like I was waiting for the lines from Spaceballs to show up in this. I should probably focus the correct window. So this is the other sequence where I was talking about. There is a lot of film here, a lot of time dedicated to just Tom Hanks wiggling around.
This is goofball time.
Mm-hmm. But of course, during this sequence, he uses all of the objects that were laid out during the Q scene earlier. Gotta shave. Uses his golf.
Yeah, the golfing.
I bet this shot was in the trailer because I just remember this shot really vividly.
I think it's blown away.
It's a great shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The supermoon.
Yeah.
This one's a poster.
Yeah.
I definitely saw this one.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Every time you passed through the J's at Family Video. And now we get to Waponi Woo.
You find the first of them, and if you notice, the sodas all say "jump," which I think is fantastic.
I didn't notice that. Thank you. That's great.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
There's so many things to love about this.
I mean,
when don't they play Hava Nagila as they come out to? Man,
just in case you thought the Waponis might be normal, or
the movie's got to just get weirder.
Something
and weirder.
no one thought, by the way.
I will say, this is the part of the movie that, like, could not get done today.
No.
Like, You're definitely using 20th century filmmaking here.
Yep, this is 80s. This is
I don't know. When I look at this, though, yeah, I think they could absolutely get away with this cultural appropriation anyway right now.
Simply because it's so weird.
Because it's so
it's
so lampshaded, and it's Abe Vigoda, and if he were alive today, I think he could do this role again, no problem. And there wouldn't be a single Polynesian upset about it.
It is my soul.
I hope you don't lose it.
And then at the end of the feast, you will climb to the top of the big woo and you will jump in, okay?
Okay.
I just love that. And then you're just going to go up there and you're done.
Cool.
Good. All right. Let's party.
Cool.
I called it Abe's position.
Abe's position. I like that.
And I love his beauty treatment
preparation
as opposed to her.
No, it's just the fish slapping dance.
And they bring out the octopus.
They bite his toes / toenails off.
Yeah.
Got to be purified for the woo. She gets it so easy.
It's like oils and roses and flowers and plumeria. Yeah.
And look who it is.
Nathan Lane, ladies and gentlemen.
Nathan Lane.
Oh, we nobody put Carol Kane.
Right.
She was the hairdresser.
Oh, she's the hairdresser.
She's credited weird too. There's a thing in the Wikipedia about how she has a weird credit. It's not her actual name. Performs under a pseudonym.
Bum, bum, bum.
Here it comes. Because I love that.
You gotta show Abe Vigoda's going, what are they doing?
Yeah. Well,
this is
and
ridiculous.
they pay this off really well because these guys are idiots, and then they've got stretchers. So what that tells you, as the watcher of this movie, is that that's how it's done. You just have a dude swing into the gun and then you stretch him off, and this happens with some regularity on Waponi Woo.
Yeah.
The other bit that I do like about this, I don't know if this is a separate time code, but where he talks about how the whole reason why they can't find a hero to jump in the volcano is because of the soda. Like, my people love this soda.
They're hooked on it, man.
Great.
And I think here's the last
showing
of our symbol.
I think so.
I think it's the last one I at least noted. Backing up for you, Rob.
Here we are. Just.
Is there any ceremony or anything?
No, you just jump in.
I love how simple everything involving Joe is. It's just okay.
Cool.
Is there a ceremony? Nope. Just jump.
Just jump.
Yeah.
She's so cute.
Well, that was your time, Chris.
It was like probably a second earlier, but there's a sound effect.
The little squeal?
There it is. Being wow. That one was used in every cartoon, every Gilligan's Island, every Fantasy Island for the 80s. I swear to God. You would hear that sound more than you'd hear Wilhelm screams or anything. It was crazy commonly used. So I just wanted to point it out. And there's no way that they would. She'd just be like, "Well, wait, what are you dying of?" She'd be like, "How about we get a second opinion?" They'd be like, "Oh, okay." And then walk away.
Maybe we should talk about this. No, jump.
Well,
it's just not that kind of movie.
That's some rough blue screen right there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the return of the luggage.
Yes. The real hero of the story.
Yep. Well, Everything really is a luggage problem.
Well, it's... maybe I should get a second opinion.
I love that they've gone through
Get a
this.
second opinion about something called a brain cloud?
The most improbable adventure. And then at the very end, yeah, I probably should have gotten a second opinion.
Checks out.
So funny.
And here it is.
I'll tell you one thing, though. Wherever we go, whatever we do, we're going to take this luggage with us.
Deal.
For sure.
For sure. And we end up with, like old school, man. We just write the end in big letters.
Kane.
This movie is stunningly good for what it is. I mean, it's really good. It deserves cult status.
It really is good.
I definitely. It's weird for me personally, just because like if you go to my father and say, "Tell me the name of a bad movie," he very likely will cite this. And it's just, that's weird, really weird to me that's like family legend, and it's totally wrong. I was actually chatting with my brother about exactly that this afternoon.
Really?
Yeah, we were talking about movies from our childhood because I was trying to figure out what more movies to pick next time, and he couldn't believe that I watched this again. No, you should give it another chance, man. It's really good.
Speaking of which,
all right, is it my turn?
It is your turn.
All right.
The perfect companion movie to this is The Man with One Red Shoe, with Carrie Fisher, Tom Hanks.
Ooh, no.
Just saying. But no, go ahead. I'm sorry. You have something in mind.
I do have something in mind. All right. Show of hands, a movie that we all probably like, or a movie that we all probably have seen and don't like, but probably should talk about.
I don't know,
man. It's your decision.
All right, we're gonna watch Short Circuit.
All right.
That's the one that I don't think people are gonna like.
I'm standing here beside myself.
I'm standing here beside myself. Yeah. Fisher Stevens, aside from that, I'm sure I'm gonna have a lot of warm feelings about this.
You got a lot of Ali Sheedy.
There's a lot of Ali Sheedy in that movie. There's some fun robots. I liked this movie as a kid.
It is a robot nerd movie.
It really is.
I only think I have one movie left on my robot nerd geek movies from the 80s that are childhood movie loves.
Favorite.
And this
what is the other one?
The other one was the other choice, but you're gonna have to wait a few months for that one. Because it's one that I love. All right, gentlemen. I apologize for the audio delays and the sound delays.
That's okay.
It's cool.
No, it's not cool, but it is what it is.
Have fun putting it back together.
Yeah, I know. Thank you, Rob Roseboom.
Yep.
Enjoy. Nados Dendorp.
Fare thee well.
Debona.
Number 5 alive.
No disassemble. I'm Rob Commander Taco Malda, and we'll see you on Friday with the news.